Hi dear students, hope that you all are feeling well. Today we will disseminate the knowledge about entitled theme Classical Conditioning Theory by Ivan Pavlov. Dear students, classical conditioning theory is propounded by one of the eminent Russian behavioral psychologists, namely Ivan Petrovich Pavlov. Dear students, Ivan Pavlov was one of the behavioral psychologists. जैसे कि हम सब जानते हैं, behavioral psychology is that psychology which believes on environment plays important role in learning. It means primary importance is given to the environment and secondary importance is given to the biological factor, I mean to say you heredity. Ivan Pavlov has propounded his theory, which is known by classical conditioning theory. Now, dear students, question arises here. Why it is called the classical? Classical actually here means जो एवन पेवलो के कंटेम्परेरीज थे उन्होंने भी एक्सपेरिमेंट्स और ऑब्जर्वेशंस एनिमल्स पे की, लेकिन इस तरीके की एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन और ऑब्जर्वेशन पर्टिकुलरली जो गैजेट सिस्टम या एपरेटस उन्होंने यूज किए वो एवन पेवलो जैसे नहीं थे. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड द क्लासिकल. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ वी विल मेक ए comparison between the experimental arrangement which is done by the trial and error psychologist, namely Thorndike, and the classical experiment which is done by the Ivan Pavlov, there is a lot of a difference. क्योंकि Thorndike की trial and error theory में simply एक puzzle box था which was based on the ordinary apparatus, while as experimental arrangement decided by the Ivan Pavlov, it was mounted by the scientific and advanced mechanism like experimental table था और experimental table में iron rods systematic order में fix किए गए थे. And experimental arrangement was mounted by the mirrors और mirrors के जरिए dog का behavior observe किया जाता था. Moreover, the beauty of experimental arrangement was that was quite soundproof based, यानी कि ना तो अंदर बाहर का साउंड आ जाता था ना तो अंदर का साउंड बाहर चला जाता था. इस तरीके से फिटिंग उस एक्सपेरिमेंटल अरेंजमेंट में थी. एंड एवन पेवलो हैज आल्सो फिक्स्ड द ऑटोमेटिक रिंगिंग बेल. वो ऑटोमेटिकली उसका बजर बजता था और अकॉर्डिंगली जो हंग्री डॉग एक्सपेरिमेंटल अरेंजमेंट के अंदर था तो वो रेस्पॉन्सेस देता था, रेस्पॉन्सेस इन द फॉर्म ऑफ सलाइवा. और सलाइवा का रिकॉर्ड करने के लिए the experimental table was connected with the tub that was known as secretion tub. और हर एक इंटरवल पे डॉग की सिक्रीशन ऑब्जर्व की जाती थी. सो दैट इज व्हाई इट वाज क्लासिकल. फर्स्ट टाइम ऐसा एक्सपेरिमेंट हो गया. उसके कंटेम्परेरी वक्त में बाकी साइकोलॉजिस्ट उसने नहीं किया था. डियर स्टूडेंट्स, Ivan Pavlov, as an Russian psychologist, he got birth in 1849 and Pavlov died exactly in 1936. When Ivan Pavlov died, at that time his age was 80 years. I mean to say you, he died at the age of 80 years. Dear students, Ivan Pavlov, basically he was neurologist. As we know that, neurologist is that very scientist who studies the neurology. Neurology is the subject matter which deals to study the nervous system disorders and their treatment. Like nervous system disorders, stroke, multiple sclerosis, headache disorders, Parkinson's disease, movement disorders, Alzheimer's disease, seizure disorders, speech and language disorders. Apart from neurologist, the Ivan Pavlov also possesses the mastery in the physiology. Dear students, physiology actually studies the animals and human beings. It studies functions of living organisms and their body parts. Ivan Pavlov basically digestive glands पे काम करता था. Finally, he has been awarded Nobel Prize in 1904. मेडिसिन में उसे फिर नोबेल प्राइज का खिताब मिल गया. While working on digestive glands, Ivan Pavlov has propounded the theory, which we already highlighted. The theory is known as classical conditioning theory.